Thank you, everyone. My name is Shamim Jwardar. I'm Senior Learning Analytic Advisor working for the Learning Analytics team. So today's session, I will basically try to recap most of the important iLearn Insights functionality and some of the new functionality. If you log into iLearn, on your left-hand side, you will be able to see the iLearn Insights link. If you click on it, it should take you to the iLearn Insights page. So if you click here, it comes to, this is your iLearn Insights page for that particular unit. If you look at your unit, then you will be able to see this is your unit name, and any link you click over here will take directly to that particular unit in iLearn. So that's a good advantage. And over here, this side, you will be able to see your unit engagement percentage. So for an example, as of today, 62% engagement from your students, which is coming, which is actually login is 30%, which is understandable. This is the end of the session, login is low, and on-time submission is 93%, very good. So most of the students submitted their assignment on time. So these are the two things you will be able to see it over here. Unit key findings. This is a new one that I have added for this session. So as you can see, there are more space over here. So what I'm trying to find, we'll put together over here any unit related data that academics needs to know at the starting of the session, right? So for the time being, I put only two. One is what percent is it is in line with iLearn template. So if you don't know what is iLearn template, so university has come up with a unique iLearn template for all iLearn units in for this university, and how much it basically in line with that template, right? For an example, for this, it's only 20%. I will get back to it later again. And there is another one I put, activity with no dates. How many activities you have in your unit which has no date? It is a very important one, because if you know, we have another application now, which is a student-facing iLearn Insights, which is titled as MyLearn. So if you don't have date over here, then they don't see that in MyLearn properly, right? So these are the two things I found it probably important to start with. The rest, what else I should add, that will come from the academics or the support staff who uses iLearn Insights. And this is how iLearn Insights has grown, right? It's all the recommendation basically now comes from the academics and the users of iLearn Insights. This side you can see for the last 14 days, your students login activity, how many of the students has went to your course, and how many students has clicked on the activities within your unit. So this will give you a little bit of idea whether students are coming back to your unit or not. As you can see over here, out of 1,000 students, 700 students logged into your unit on 7th of June. This is coming 7th of June because this ends at 7th of June. That's the reason. So you can see like how many students are logging into your unit. If you want to see, there are like more for whole months, you can see 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months. This would be useful at the end of the session if you want to see the whole, when your unit students logged in more, when your unit students didn't log more kind of thing. So you can use this. Next comes the top 5 hits within the 7 days. This is one of the very important thing of iLearn Insights. It gives you an idea which are the activities or the resources the students are currently accessing. So if you see, you are expecting something that a student should access now this week, but they are accessing something else. That means for some reasons, students are not aware that what they need to access, right? So this will give you an idea which are the resources, top 5 resources the students are currently accessing. Open activities. Open activities shows all the activities which are currently open and when they are due. So for an example, this one is currently open, and it is actually, this is a little bit error that I can see, because although it's picking up 7th June from here, but actually the actual date it is picking up what I have added for this session date, which is I think somewhere 15th of August or something, right? So, but like in your unit, once you go, you will see all the open assignments over here, and when they are due, you can also see how many students have submitted that assignment, right? And if that particular assignment is due within 7 days, this link becomes active and you can send email to those students at one go, requesting them to submit, right? And if you can see, there are some observations I put in many places, observations over here, observations over here, and observations over here. What it does, it gives you an idea of effectiveness of your email sending through iLearn Insights. As you can see, it is saying like 551 emails has been sent. By this unit convener, 57% students submitted assignment within 24 hours, 57% submitted within 48 hours, and total submission was 76, right? Whether this is good or bad, I don't know. I just put like whatever the results I got, it's displayed over here. So these observations is also a very good way to see the effectiveness of the iLearn Insights. Now, student login summary. Student login summary will show you three things: how many students are enrolled, how many students haven't logged in within last 7 days, and how many students never logged in. So this one again is not showing. It might be because of the reason is the past one. I will look into it, but more or less what it shows that 1,004 students enrolled in this unit. This one is not showing, but it should show around 600 and some students who have not logged in within last 7 days, and this is showing who has never logged in. So 5 students. So basically, the addition of this one and this one is actually your 654 students who has not logged in within last 7 days, and here is a list of that. If you want to send them to remind them to log back in, you can use this email functionality over here to send them email. And as you can see, 163 emails was sent before through this, and 17% students logged in within 24 hours and 23% logged back in within 48 hours. So I only put observation for 2 days worth of observations, not after that. Academic integrity module, as you can see, it shows how many students have not completed, and again some observations related to this one, right? So I observed in the academic integrity module, students takes more time to complete because they are probably new students and it takes time for them to get habituated with iLearn. That could be the reason. And that's why I put like all the observations over here, as you can see. And you can send email through this one. Participants not submitting activities, I will come back later, but for the time being, I can tell you, this graph tries to highlight how many students have not submitted how many activities or assignments, right? So for an example, 31 students have not submitted 1 assignment, 27 students have not submitted 2 assignments, 9 students have not submitted probably 7 assignments, right? The purpose of this graph was to highlight which group of students you should put more effort to. Is it 9 students who have not submitted 7 assignments? They are definitely in risk, 100% in risk. Out of 8, they haven't submitted 7. So definitely in risk. So should you put more effort to these 9 students, or probably should you put more effort to these 38 students who have not submitted 3, or 12 students who have not submitted 4? So they are approaching to the risking point, right? So again, this particular graph will depend how you interpret for your unit. So main purpose of it was to identify which group of students you should put more effort on. I will come back to this again when I speak more about the unit engagement. Next is forum discussions. Forum discussions, as you can see all your forums over here. And for each of the forums, you can see different things, 4 different things. Number 1 is how many discussions was posted, how many unique users contributed to those discussions, how many replies was posted, and how many unique users contributed to that replies, right? So these are the 4 things you will be able to see for all the forums over here. And this part, as this is no new forum post, a pie chart will be shown for your all the new within last 24 hours, how many forum posts has been posted and in which forum those are posted. So this will give the highlight of that. I will go to the visualizations later again for this. And the last bit over here is the activity schedule. Activity schedules are divided into 4 parts: past activity, current activity, no date activity, and there is another one called future activity. This one don't have. So what I try to prove it here, when an assignment is starting and when an assignment is ending, right? And whether that has a date or not, whether it is currently open or not. For an example, this is currently open, whether this is a past activity or not, and whether this has no dates or not. As you can see, this has no dates, right? So this is what the activity schedule represents. So main purpose of this was, at that time when I developed it, is to show you how many activities are ending at the same time. So you can decide. Probably you can stretch all the activities in time in a different time, so a student gets time to submit their assignment one by one, rather than all assignments is due at the same time. Now I go to the next one, which is a different ways to send personalized email with email attachments, right? This is a very good one, and many academics use that. In the last session 12022, more than 350,000 email has been sent, right? So as you can see, it's a very high number, and probably it is working for the academics. So this can be sent from various places. For an example, if you want it, this can be sent through this when it gets activated. One is personalized targeted email, and these are the options there. Personalized bulk email, these are the options here. Main difference between these two is, once I started with personalized targeted email, if you want to send it to all of the students, so it will show all the students' name, and you can select students or deselect students. And through this, you can send maximum of 100 students at a time, right? So basically, if it is good that you can select students, as you can see, you can select all, or you can say, I want to send it to everyone, but I don't want to send it to these students. This is good. This is through personalized targeted email. And it was working well. But for a bigger unit where there are 2,000 students, it didn't work, because you need to select 20 times. So if you, at a time, you can select actually 100 students. So 2,000 students means 20 times you need to send, which didn't work. So that's why at that time we come up with this approach where you cannot select, but you can send everyone. So see, there is no selection. See, so if you have 2,000 students, doesn't matter. At one go you can send. And email, the way you send email is very easy. I show you once. It's true for both of them. So you come to one of these group, you want to send email. You can send it to all participants. You can send it using gradebook, using attendance activity, using academic integrity module, and this one even have more options using grouping, students who have not logged in, right? You can select any of these. Then basically this is what you will get. Now over here, as you can see, you can write your own message. So unit code, wherever you see this sort of things, this is called variable, and this is coming from here. I will explain it, right? So unit code will be automatically replaced with the actual unit code of your unit code, right? Now unit participants and whatever you want to write is up to you. You can write it, change this if you want a different one. Subject, you can add attachment over here. You can write your email over here. This is a test email, right? And if you want, suppose this is, I told you, variable. This is how it picks up the first name and replace it with the actual student's first name, right? So this is how it gets personalized. So if you don't like this name, you can take it off, put your cursor over here, go to the variable and pick whatever you like, right? Over here, I will show you this variable later. So let's, for the sake of example, I use last name, right? So here, last name, this is the test email, kind regards, so and so, right? Now preview. If you go over here, it has already pre-populated with some of the text. As you can see, you can have unit title as a variable, you can have most access activity list as a variable, support services as a variable. So as you can see, if you use similar to this, go to preview. If you like it, as you can see, these are all changed into link. This support service is also populated with this, and so, right? So if you don't like this preview, go back and change the way you like, right? You can change again, like if you don't like this, take it out, go to the variable and put a full name if you want, right? So this is how variable can be used. So before sending this email, let me also show you, I have added 3 more variables over here and how those work. So if you go over here, for an example, these are the new one, ordered list. Then the second variable was unordered list, and the third new one is, it's looking scary, but not scary. So if you use these variables, as you can see, then this has a first item, second item, third item in it. You just need to replace those. So let's view first. So if you go to preview, look how it basically looks, right? So ordered list will come out 1, 2, 3, 4. First item you replaced with your item, whatever you want to write, right? Second item, third item. This is unordered list, and you can also have this sort of things. So as you can see, this variable list is very powerful, and if you use it properly, your email will look very nice. So many variables are there. There is a teach post in the teach website about the variable list and how you can use it. You can have a look. Okay. Now, if I like this, quick preview, and yes, if I like it, one click, it will send to all of these students, right? So that is easy. So if you have 2000 students, you spend 10 minutes of your time writing that email properly, and it will be sent to all the 2000 students with their personalized name, right? So I have sent it, and look, it has already come into my email, because I give, this is my test environment, I put it in my email address. So as you can see, dear, full name, and this is whatever I have put, and this is automatically with the link. And it's always good to use variables because it converts into link, and a student can quickly click over here and go to their unit. It's easier, they don't have to search. Even any activity list, you put it there, it converts into link, they will go directly to the activity. They don't have to log in, search that activity and go. So this is very easier way for students to access their unit. All right, next I go back to the schedule email. Schedule email, you can do it from here, then you go to this. So email concept is same. Now schedule email is throughout for your session, the whole session, session 2 2022, you can schedule your email. Last session, many academics used it, and I can see it went good. Although there is a space to improve this, which I will do, but it is working. Last session, lots of academics and lots of email has been scheduled. So what it does, so this is a compose, same compose as what I have shown. This is preview. If preview looks okay, you scheduled it, right? So let me take an example. You can write whatever you like for your email. Let me take a not login from the template. So I use this one, so I don't have to write now. So as you can see, it's populated this one. I am just create a new template saying that not logged in, and today's probably test for session 2 2022. I create this new template. Now, once this is created, in preview, we can see this. Right? Once that you have done, created the template, the second thing, preview. If preview looks okay, you basically, what you need to do, you need to schedule it. Now, this one you are sending to whom? So schedule email for, these are the 4 groups, all participants, to everyone, or all participants who have not logged in with this last 7 days, all participants who have not completed academic integrated module, or who have not submitted an activity. So this one, let me schedule it for all students who have not logged in within last 7 days, for this group only, right? All right. And I want to schedule it for probably 20, let's see, by Friday, 22nd of July, and send it in the early morning. So there are 2 times to send, 10 p.m. or early morning. Let's this. Now I acknowledge this. I acknowledge step 2 is looking good to me. This is what it will go, and schedule it. Once it is scheduled, you can see it's showing up over here. This one, this is a type of not logged in type. You can preview it over here, right? The only drawback now of this is I do not have any edit functionality. So if you have made an error, what you need to do, you need to just delete it, right? So you can delete it anytime before sending that email, right? But you need to do it again, which is true, but that should be available in your email template. So whatever you have saved, I think I have saved this one, see? So you can choose this one, then you can edit a little bit, whatever mistake you have done. You don't have to rewrite again, right? So this is all about the scheduled email from here to this functionality. So please use this one. One of the main reason of iLearn Insights is to decrease your overall workload. And this is one of the things I really like to promote. If we can schedule our emails, which we know that we will be sending over full session, then basically at least one thing you don't have to worry about, right? It would be automatically sent at that time. And after sending, it will also automatically send an email to you saying that this email has been sent to this many students, right? So you will get a confirmation email as well. Okay, I go to the next one, student unit engagement breakdown, and participants not submitting activities visualizations. Okay, this is the important one which I want to explain, is this one, right? So as you can see, 62% is this unit's engagement, which is coming 30%, which is login from login, and on-time submissions 93%. Now you can actually go to the settings and change it the way you want to change, right? So if I go to, this is a quite big unit. So this is the settings one. So in the settings one, you can basically say, okay, for my unit, login activity is not that important. I don't mind if no one logs in, right? You can make it 0, right? And make the on-time submissions 100. Or if you think that login activity is the important one, not on-time submission, you don't mind, right? So you can do the other way around. So as you can see, I put it very flexible. Is as a unit convener, you need to decide what is unit and how do you define unit engagement, right? So this is what you can do it from here. Then you can, there are other options. I'm not going to go through all the options. So this is one of the important. And the second important part is this part. So this particular, as you can see, how many activities this unit has, lots of activity, but not lots, all these activities are important, right? Probably there are 5 activities in your unit which are you considered as important and which contributes to their actual grade, right? So as you can see, this particular unit convener updated this nicely, made all this 0% for these, which is not important to this unit convener or for this unit. This is important, so he put 10%. This is important, so he put another 10%. This is probably very important, which he put 30%. And like this, he made it 100 at the end. So what you need to do, you need to go to your unit engagement settings, and especially the last column over here, you change only one time, right? At the beginning of your session, to change all this weighting in such a way that it makes sense to you. It actually reflects the actual engagement of your unit, right? So by default, what iLearn Insights will do, iLearn Insights will take all the activities and divide it into that number of activities to find it out the weighting. You will find like probably it has 2, it has 3, it has 3, 3, 3, like that. It will automatically make 100%. But what I want is you should go there and change it the way you want to see your engagement. And this is not only its effect over here, it also reflects into this. So in that case, it's not going to consider all these 30, right, activities. It will consider only those 5 important activities, and it will show, okay, out of 5 activities, so 27 didn't submit it 2, 38 didn't submit it 3, which makes even better sense. So this is all about unit engagements. Now let me go to the div groups. Div groups is a new one, demo unit. So div groups. Now, what is div groups and how does it work? So as the name suggests, it is the difference between the 2 groups, right? And how we can use it? We can use it in very different way. With my limited knowledge, what I understand, sometimes there are many students you need to be part of a particular group, workshop, tutorials or something, and you basically face difficulty to find students who are not part of those groups, right? So this will help you to find it out. Let's take an example. Let me see, find all students from, so these are picked up from the iLearn groups, right? I picked up from there. So find all the students from all participants of my unit who are not in, still not in group 2 and group 3. This is what I'm trying to find. Let's see. So here it is, 3 students who are not in here but in my unit, right? And I can send email to them saying that, look, you are not part of the tutorial group yet, so can you please join or select any of the tutorial groups, right? Or you can say, okay, show me all the students who are in group 2 and group 3 but not in group 1. So as you can see, I basically generalize the algorithm so you can use it in a different way. Okay, next is iLearn template checklist, right? iLearn template checklist. So as I have told you, iLearn template is very important, and this time from last session it has started. From this session, probably university will take, most probably will take more effort to make all the units similar, right? So my part of work, not to tell you how the template works and so what I have tried to find is to show you how much iLearn template is in line with your template, right? For an example, this one is 10%, right? Do I have any other? So this one is in line with 60%, right? Mine one is 10% because like definitely it's not. Now you can click on here to see how this 10% is coming, or you can go to unit and here it is, iLearn template checklist, right? So let me go here. Here it is. So as you can see, iLearn Insights try to find it out from your unit, all the things it expects, right? So it expects all these 20 things, and it also shows what is like available and what is not available and what is the reason of saying that criteria met, right? Now iLearn Insights can't find everything, can't automate everything, right? It's not possible. So it automatically shows this, but if you think, no, this is not correct, this should be overwritten because this is not, this is, I have it in a different form, right? iLearn Insight looks into a specific place, but in a different form. or probably if you think this is a self-assessed item which iLearn Insight cannot detect. So you basically need to this one here and this, suppose like whatever it is, like if you think this is actually true for your unit, you just update it. Once you update it, you can see like these are all criteria met, right? In the future, I will also update this to green, right? Although it's red, but like I think if you override, I will update this to green, right? It will look nice. So you will see basically everything is coming out of as a green. And once you have done, if you go over here, definitely that 10% has increased to 30%, right? So as you can see, this will give you a quick way to see how much it is in line with and whether you believe it is in line with iLearn template or not. Just to give you a hint, this time that university probably use iLearn Insights to find it all the units and to see how much it is, because there are no other applications available now to get this data, right, for the university. So university approached me and most probably they will be using this. So it would be nice if you go to iLearn template checklist, and it is only you need to do it at the starting of the session, and you basically need to update which you believe which is true. And if you think like for an example this one you should add, probably you should add, and it would be automatically done. You don't have to overwrite it, right? So let's see how far we can go with the help of iLearn Insights to make this iLearn template in as many units possible. All right, so iLearn template checklist done. Forum visualization. So let me come to forum visualization now. Which one? This. So if you go over here, as I have told you, forum gives this. If you click over here, it will basically show you, give you all the forum visualization option. One of the good things about iLearn Insights that you can visualize this, like as you can see, 280 posts in 84 units and this and that. If you go to iLearn and if you need to read all of this, it's quite text based. But if you use the visualization over here, it's a little bit easier to visualize. As you can see, the plus means the starting point, and you can put your cursor to read it. Basically, this is a reply to that post, and this is the reply to a reply post, right? So as you can see, it's very easy to go through it. And if you have replied to something, I show you over here. If you reply to a post as a logged in user, it would be bright red. So you will know, okay, I replied to this one, I replied to this one, and I replied to this one. And if the icons are bigger, as you can see, so that means that these are the posts within last 24 hours. So looking at this, it is very easy to understand like how many new posts has been posted, whether you have replied to a post or not, right? So this is something you can use it to visualize your forum posts. The next one is Eco 360 video view and Zoom participation report. I need to be very quick. So Eco 360. Okay, so for all iLearn Insight user who have used this previously, I moved Eco 360 report from here. It was in this menu to this menu. Now it is Eco 360 and Zoom. So we all know what is Zoom report and how does it work, and combined Zoom report, Eco 360 and combined Eco 360. What this does is basically combine those two, right? So some of the academics told me, Shamim, I like students to see whether they have viewed my lecture or not in Eco 360. I also want to see whether they have viewed the same lecture probably within my Zoom session. So it is basically same. So he wants to combine both of them. So with the help of this one, now this can be combined. As you can see, this is a combination of all the Eco 360 and all the Zoom reports as well. So how this combination is work? You need to go to the setup over here. This setup for the Zoom for the Eco 360, and you also need to set up this one for the Zoom report. and you need to tell iLearn Insights, okay, out of my 20 Eco 360 videos, I want this a report of this 5, and out of my probably 3 Zoom reports, I need this 2. Then it will combine together. So as you can see, this one and this one, this is Eco 360 for. So as you can see, this unit convener and picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He believes this needs to be done. And for the Zoom, there is none over here because he didn't save any Zoom participation report in iLearn Insights. So before I go to the next one important thing I tell you, Zoom and Eco 360 both are external provider, and I do not have enough data access from them. So it is very difficult to build report based on whatever data is available, right? And sometimes they change things, and it is very difficult for me to keep putting on everything. For an example, last session suddenly said they changed something, and they said that we can only view within 30 days of the Zoom, right? So what I had to do, if any Zoom report is important to you, you go to Zoom participation report, you select your Zoom meeting over here. I'm not clicking here. Zoom meeting over here, and you view it once. Once you view it, iLearn Insight is save it into its own database. Then you can come back again later, and then you can view it using the combined Zoom participation. So if any Zoom report is important to you, let me repeat, please go to Zoom participation report, find your Zoom meeting over here, or put your Zoom ID over here, and it will produce once. Once it produces, it will save that data into iLearn Insights database. And if you save that data in iLearn Insights database, you can use it combined Zoom participation report in the future. You can also use it in combined Eco 360 video view and Zoom participation report. Okay, so I go to the next one. Students who have not accessed or a resource or have not completed an activity. I don't have to explain it all. So students who have not accessed the resource is basically will show you all the students who have not accessed a particular resource for you, right? Suppose if you think one of the resource is important, you can come over here, and one of the resources has a long name, I can see. You can come over here, select that resource from here, and it will give you the list of students who basically have not accessed that particular resource. Same as with the other one, that is students who have not completed an activity. If your activity completion is switched on, then you can go over here and you can find an activity that you want to see which are the students who have not completed that activity. In both cases, you can send email to them. And the last thing from my side is the iLearn restrictions that work and do not work for myLearn. This is very important, and the only reason I have slide for this. So as you can see, we have another application called myLearn. So this is mylearn.mq.mu. So this is the student version of iLearn Insights, not for the academic. So you don't have to go into it if you don't need to, right? So this is the student version. But in some cases, you might need to know what my student can see, right? What are the things my student can see from my unit? So this is what student can see. I am Shamim Jawardar as a student. I can see I have 2 urgent alerts. These are the units I enrolled in. This many activities I have submitted out of this activity submitted, and so and so. I haven't done my academic interview module. I have done consent matters, and so and so. As you can see, this is what student can see. But the main purpose of showing you here that in iLearn Insights, if you go to the participants report here. So if you go to the participants report here, then now you have a myLearn student view link, right? So if you are logged into myLearn, and if you want to see about demo student 1, what this demo student 1 can see, you need to just click over here. So this is a student view of demo student 1, and this is demo student 1 can see, right? Now I quickly show you what are the important things that you should know that works for iLearn and do not work for iLearn, so you can tailor a little bit your iLearn unit so students see properly. iLearn restriction that work for iLearn, right? So this is assignment. As you can see, there is a relative to average grade mark that student can see, right? Now, if you hide it, they won't be able to see it, right? As you can see. So gradebook, if you go to gradebook and if you hide it, the mark of the student mark in their gradebook, they will basically see nothing, right? If you show that, then they will be basically see this one. Now, university is still working on this, whether to keep it or not, whether to change it to something or not. The work has been going on. So this is at present. It might change. We might need to take it off, right? We'll see it later. But this is not my decision. That university will take this decision and will decide it soon. For the time being, if you hide it over here in the gradebook, if student cannot see their grade in the gradebook, they cannot see this. Second one, section. If you hide whole section, anything within that section will not be visible in iLearn, right? Easy, because you don't want to show, student won't be able to see. Which works? iLearn restriction that do not work. If you hide whole section and if you make available one of them, student will see only one, because you have hidden the whole section, but you want to show him this one. So a student will be able to see in iLearn. Quiz, if you have a open quiz and end quiz date, if you put, and I recommend you to put, student see this basically in iLearn. It comes into their calendar. This is the time an activity will open. This is the time an activity will close. You remember previously there was no iLearn. You might be able to do many things in iLearn, and it is so text format, student won't be able to basically find it or see it easily. But now, because of iLearn, everything is visible. They can quickly see, okay, there is an error in the date. They can quickly see, I cannot see a particular assignment in my iLearn, but it is due, which is not matching with iLearn. So the dates are very important. Restrictions. You restrict access, badge restrict access, date restrict access, group and grouping all works. So you can use it the way you want to use. It's all good. Timing versus restrict access. So if you know there is a timing, you can put, I want this quiz to be open 19th April to 25th April versus you want to restrict it from 20th April. What is the difference? If you use timing, students will see it on their iLearn as a future activity. They will see, okay, an assignment is coming up on this date, right? If you restrict it, iLearn will consider you do not want to show it to the student until and unless this date comes. So he won't be able to see quiz test 2, as you can see, right? Turn it in assignments. As you turn it in assignments, please remember the date iLearn uses for turning assignment is the part 1 date, not the part 2 date or part 3, part 4, part 5. So this is the date iLearn uses for the time being as a turn it in assignment date. Maximum mark. If you put maximum mark for any quiz is 0, iLearn will consider this is not a gradable item, right? iLearn only display gradable item. So if there is any grade attached to it, iLearn will display. So if you put 0 in the maximum grade, which is not a gradable item, iLearn will not show it to the student. In the restrict access, this one doesn't work. This is something I need to do. Grade access, user profile access doesn't work, and release code access doesn't work. I do not think too many people are using this too, but I think some academics are using this too, which is I need to do, right? So great. So for the time being, these three still doesn't work. As I have told you, iLearn Insights for turning into assignments, part 2, part 3, part 4 dates do not work. It only takes the part 1 date, and most of the probably academics use this one. Probably some are exception. If you put date in the description section, it will not work, right? And instantly I get email. Instantly I get email saying that in iLearn I can see there is a due date coming up. Why it is not in iLearn? This is because you put the date into the instruction field, not within the open and close activity, right? So you need to be more habituated probably using the open and close activity, this one, so students get the correct information out of it. This is the last one, iLearn Insight. What is the best practice? Best practice from my side, I would suggest at the beginning of the session, if you go to activities and activity details, right, you will see all your activities there. Go through one by one. Only at the starting of the session will take probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes of your time. Please put the due dates correctly. This is very important. Starting date, you can click directly over here. One click, it will take you to the place where you need to edit. Just edit that date. It will take you where you need to edit. Just edit that date, right? So if you do it once at the beginning of the session, I believe your iLearn from the student point of view will look very good. And remember, last session we just started iLearn, and 12,000 students has accessed it.
Hello.
So it is getting popular, and university will definitely want to make it more popular, which is very good. So please try to make as good as possible in terms of starting and end date. That is the most important thing I can see for both, for your iLearn Insights and iLearn, and also make this university better from the students' point of view. I think that's all from my side. Any questions would be welcome. And as I don't have too much time, you can always send me email. Any issue, any problem, just send me email. I will get back to you. We can have a short 5 minutes Zoom conversation to see your actual whatever it is. Don't spend time understanding iLearn Insights. I'm here for you. The whole aim of iLearn Insights is to reduce your workload, not to increase. So do not spend time understanding iLearn Insights. Pass it to me. We can have a 10 minutes of Zoom conversation, and I can solve it for you. Thank you very much. Any important questions or anything, please ask me now. Otherwise, we'll end up today here.